Now I can move out to the right for a while. And I can slide to the right for a while. But I gotta get up and back. Right on track. Right on track. Never gonna get you back. Said I gotta get up and back. Right on track. Right on track. Not gonna get you back. 50 Silver Cards. The Silver Card by Randy Klein. It is everywhere you want to be. The Silver Card from Randy Klein. Pretty cool, huh? Good morning, guys. Silver 5150 on the Silver 5150 channel. And we are going to talk this morning about bailouts and helicopter money and all kinds of largesse and stuff they're going to help us out with as we end up shutting down and self-quarantining. All right. So the Silver Card, made by a gentleman by the name of Randy Klein from Pyromet. Okay. He's making these silver cards. You can find them online, I think, at pyromet.com. And these silver cards here, these are basically a take on the idea that Peter Schiff has over at Schiff Gold. He has a gold card, a 24 karat gold credit card type thing. And these things are designed to fit in your wallet perfectly fine. Okay? They fit in your wallet perfectly fine. You can carry them around as currency. Once silver becomes acceptable as currency again, even though in the Constitution of the United States, it says that no state shall have any money except for coin, gold, and silver. And I think that's Article 10 in the Constitution, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody will correct me on that. Anyway, so these are silver cards. I got a bunch of them. Courtesy of the broker. I told him I wanted something cool, something different. And these right here, they're not sovereign. They're not, of course, rounds or anything like that. And it's a very, very private company, Pyromet. They just do these. That's all they do, I think. And so these right here, you know, they're basically going to be chic and cool and slick, you know, when the time comes to actually use silver as currency again to buy stuff and purchase stuff. Now, you know, while we're going to be here in what I call the gray market, while things are getting settled and things are starting to simmer down a little bit, everybody gets all the toilet paper they need, everybody gets all the supplies they need, and we start to, put the flames out in our hair and walk around and try to actually see if we can, function as a society. You might be able to trade these, on the gray market if you had some, just like any other silver. I mean, any rounds or coins will do. To do that, to get the stuff you need, because I think we're going to end up doing a lot of trading anyway, like I said before. In the gray market. Gray market is not illegal. It is just people doing what people did back 200 years ago or further, where they just kind of traded and bartered and stuff like that. Nobody's living in luxury right now. Everybody's at risk, so it's not like anybody has the advantage over anybody. Now, that being said, let's talk about some of the language we're hearing in the news right now. We're hearing, Mitch McConnell. He's, I think, the Senate leader here in the United States. He's talking about $1 trillion package that they're close to ratifying, and they're going to use that money to pay out checks to every man, woman, and child to help get through the tightening that we're going to experience with, the quarantining and all the cities shutting down and all that stuff. Also, if you have been paying attention, you notice in your emails, you're starting to receive emails from your different goods and services companies that are telling you, hey, we're here to help. We're here to help. Now, if you recall, a couple of days ago in one of my videos, I had said the language you want to hear about whether or not you're going to satisfy your bills or defer them lies in the way they penalize you, and that's through interest. If you start to hear about moratoriums on interest or deferring interest or no interest payments, it's like when you buy a truck or a car and they say no interest down for 3 months, this sort of thing. You basically don't have to pay, that bill. I mean, you should, but you don't have to pay that bill, but you don't do it with any kind of penalties and stuff like that. So I got, my insurance company sent me some stuff. I've got a couple of, debt consolidation loans. I told you about that. They sent some stuff. If you need help, if something happens, if you are a victim of a coronavirus, not saying that, I would be infected, but that my job would be affected and I wouldn't have any income, I've got emails already saying that they're willing to, cut me some slack or give me a break or, give me room to breathe, on the grounds that I plan on satisfying my debts, which I absolutely do. Absolutely do. I don't, I talk about debt jubilees and all that stuff, but in my conscience and in my soul, I cannot in good conscience, not satisfy my bills. I created them. They're my responsibility. And if I don't do anything else with my dying breath, I'm going to take responsibility for my expenditures, for my habits, and for my behavior. That's just the way I've learned to roll. It's taken some hard knocks to figure that out, but I'm here now. So, I think it about covers it. We're going to keep it short this morning. Sorry the song wasn't up to par, but I had a gentleman out of London that asked me to sing something, and I'm not a morning singer, I'm an afternoon singer, so maybe I'll put something together later this afternoon that sounds a little better. But it's true, though. We got to get up and we got to get back. We got to get right on track. We got to get through this thing with the coronavirus, and we have to actually start creating our own framework and our own infrastructure for moving goods and services amongst ourselves. You know, if you've got extra this and extra that, then maybe your neighbor has extra something else, and, you know, you can just kind of do the way they used to do. Remember back, a lot of you guys that remember that song that I sang this morning, you remember the idea of borrowing a cup of sugar from your neighbor, right? Remember that? Or your neighbor come over, can I borrow a cup of flour? You tell that to a millennial today, they're like, what? Yeah, we used to do that. We used to borrow food from each other, salt, whatever, you know, and that's kind of where we're going to end up again. But again, I think it's going to bring out the best in people. People are going to start communicating more instead of staring down at their phones like I'm doing right now, guilty. And they're going to, you know, just be more in tune with their neighbors. Now, I know we're going to have social distancing and all that stuff, but the natural yearning for human, you know, contact and these needs that I'm talking about, they're going to pretty much supersede any sense of, you know, self-preservation, you know, within reason, over time. Trust me. And hopefully over time, these people, these pharmaceutical, you know, geniuses and these, you know, big money people and the government and all these powers that be that are trying to put together a vaccine will do that, and we won't have to be, you know, dislocated for so long. So, all right, guys, the Silver Card by Pyromet, pyromet.com, I think is the website. You can go and get these, and these are going to run you probably, even at today's spot price, it's probably going to run you about $25 a piece. I mean, these things, these guys, he makes these things himself, Mr. Klein, all right? And he can only crank out so many, and, you know, they are very cool and very desirable, and they're 3/9 silver, you know, they're 3/9 fine. So, I mean, yeah, it's awesome, and on the back, it's nothing special. You just see where it's milled flat, and it just has a nice flat, you know, BU surface. So anyway, try to get some silver cards if you can, because the main retailers, they're not cranking out very much at all. I'm hanging on, hoping tomorrow I could get some metal. You know, tomorrow's payday, and so I'm hoping there's something left on the shelves. I asked you guys to leave me something, but I'm not going to be too optimistic about that. And I don't blame you, because if you got money right now and you can buy silver, I recommend you do it. If you can buy silver. Who was it yesterday? International Stacker, he made a great point in his video. It's like, if you don't have enough ready cash, then you need to stop stacking right now, put together some ready cash, and then once you've got enough ready cash, which he says equivocates about 2 months of living, okay, about 2 months of living in cash, then you can go back to stacking. And I wholeheartedly agree. I've been putting away some cash. I know what my bills are, and it's enough to get me by for a couple of months, given all the other preparations that I've made prior to. So, all right, guys, thumbs up, share, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys on the forum, on the comments, and I will see you guys this afternoon with something not this cool, but almost, all right? The Silver Card, Pyromet. Get some.